to talk to you about something that's really hard for me. And I'm going to make a big confession about it first. We're going to talk about patience. And I want you to know I am not a patient mom. But it's really, really important. And I've learned that over the years by making a lot of mistakes. So you got my confession. And now you're going to hear 3 reasons why I think you should be a patient mom. The first is that patience will make you wiser. And let me explain how I came to this conclusion. So my kids are, when they were all teenagers, very busy, lots of homework, things like that, and they learned to play me on this, and I don't want you to get played. But they would know that I had to think about bedtime and everybody getting enough sleep, and so they'd have a project or homework or something like that, and they'd kind of procrastinate and sit there a little stumped because they learned that in my impatience, I would jump in, more than jump in usually, and help them, or actually sometimes do it for them. And that my impatience made me unwise and them unwise because they didn't learn by failing or learn that by procrastinating they were going to end up getting not quite as good a grade. So that's reason number 1. Patience will make you wiser. The second thing is patience will calm conflict. I already confessed I had a little thing about bedtime. I also have a little thing about being on time, and with 5 kids, that's not always easy to be on time. And so I would tend to, in the mornings, if somebody was running late or something was going wrong, to really get impatient, and guess what that does? The child is already ruffled because they've forgotten something, and then you get impatient, and they can tell you're edgy, and then the other kids are waiting, and it just takes everything up a notch, and guess what happens then? You drop them off at school, and everybody's ruffled, and you pull away, and you just think, oh, that was just so much conflict, and that's not how we want to start our children's day, and you can play that scenario in a lot of different situations. That's reason number 2. Patience calms conflict. So the third reason you need to be patient is because patience will circumvent sorrow. And this literally happened 2 weeks ago in my home. I have a teenage son, and he was trying to gain permission to do something that I had been kind of putting off because I wasn't sure about it. And he knew I was wearing thin, and they kind of know this. Do your kids know you like my kids know me? And so he picked a very strategic time to push my button on it, hoping that I would capitulate. Well, I didn't. I got kind of impatient. And what happened next was my husband was in the next room. He overheard this conversation going on, and he decided to intercede. In my impatience and frustration at this point, it was going up, I got impatient with my husband in front of my child. Double whammy. Patience will circumvent sorrow. I walked away having to not only apologize to my son, but to my husband because I lost my patience. Instead of being calm and openly discussing, maybe pulling my husband into the conversation and us making a decision together. So there you have it. Learn from me and build patience. It will help you be wiser, it will calm conflict, and it will circumvent sorrow. I hope you're a patient mom.